What's going on, my beautiful people? Is your boy, yours truly, Giojackson, here with Sports Talk with Giojackson. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. Back with another week. What can I say? Amazing week in sports. A lot of things went on. Cowboys Niners, Sunday Night Football. Premier League is getting interesting. We had El Clásico, Balón de Oro. We had UFC. We currently have the World Series going on, and are the Dodgers really gonna sweep the Yankees? Come on, man. Ain't nobody want to see the Dodgers champs. NBA's back. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on this past weekend. Halloween's coming Thursday. So a lot to look forward to. Hopefully everyone's doing great. Hopefully everyone's had an amazing week. Start to the week. Focus, grinding as always. Whatever you got going on, you will accomplish. Um, First things first, I do want to say, some terrible news today. Charvarius Ward, a cornerback for the Niners, he unfortunately lost his daughter unexpectedly, a 1-year-old daughter. So I just want to give my condolences to Charvarius Ward, to his family. These players, they're humans, and man, I cannot imagine what he must be feeling, what he must be going through. So my condolences goes to Charvarius Ward. Just praying, hopefully, hopefully, he finds some peace in this time, and hopefully he just focuses on his family, and football becomes not so important. The second thing, so my condolences goes out to Charvarius Ward. But lighter note, how about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Niners defeat the Cowboys Sunday Night Football. Then they got close. We'll jump into the Niners later, but Cowboys, what's going on? What's next for the Cowboys? The Cowboys now are 3-4. Dag on the deck. What's next? I think it's time. I think it's time for change in Dallas. But unfortunately for Dallas, we know who runs the show there. My boy, Jerry Jones. As long as he's there, he's happy with, I guess you could say mediocrity. He's happy with, the team profitable. But if they really want to be champions, contenders, and this is coming from a Niners fan who also, we've been competitive, we've made it far, but we haven't won the big one. But the Cowboys, they just continue, letting their fans down, letting themselves down. They did not look good. They couldn't stop the run. Like I said, at the end, the Niners, they let them back in the game. It was frustrating. CD Lamb, he had a couple touchdowns at the end, but still, I mean, the Cowboys, before they got smacked by the Lions. Now, they can't beat the Niners. I mean, the past a couple years, we always beat them. It's a given. They look bad. I mean, Kittle feasts on them. Their secondary can't stop Kittle. Guerrero, they couldn't stop Guerrero either. I think they just needed. I don't think McCarthy's going to last. I think they'll probably move on, get a new head coach, but they're paying Dak, they're paying CD, Diggs, most likely gonna pay Michael Parsons. So like they have to build from the draft. They're gonna have to, I don't know, top to bottom change. Cowboys. I don't know if Bonnie's here. What do you fancy? What's next for them? I mean, that division. I mean, that's tough. Eagles, Commanders. We'll get into them later. I don't see it. I think they won't make the playoffs, definitely. So I don't know, Cowboys fans. What's there to look forward to? Can this team turn it around? I doubt it. But can they turn it around? Let me know. As for the Niners, as I've been talking about week by week, what does this win prove to me, to the Niners? It proves that, again, they could beat mediocre teams, but still keep them in the game. Let's be honest. And on paper, it's the Cowboys, right? Rival. It looks nice on paper. Oh, the Niners beat the Cowboys. And props to them. They weren't playing well the first half. Purdy, he wasn't playing well, but I will give it to Purdy. Second half, totally different player. He became, Brock Jackson, rushing, using his legs. He's very, very sneaky, deadly when he uses his legs, made good plays. And, he ended up rallying the team, putting the team on his back. And, he made decisive plays to win that game. And we got Aaron Ten Hag, new Cowboys head coach. We'll get into Aaron Ten Hag. Don't worry. I'm very, very against this sacking of a great coach that Manchester United had. But we will, as my boy Donald Trump would say, listen here, Ten Hag was not the issue. Very, very crummy people there. Crummy. We'll get into it though. But where was I? The Niners. Like I said, Birdie pounced back. Something must have been said halftime to, because the boy, I mean, if we would have lost to the Cowboys, man, whew, what a show it would have been today, but we didn't. But still, watching the game, I kept telling myself, yes, I'm happy for the win, obviously against the Cowboys, ecstatic. But I mean, when we play good teams, right? When later on when we play the Lions, like we can't be playing like this. Like the Lions, we saw what they did this past week against the Titans, but we saw what they did. They put up like 52 points. And eventually we're, if we want to go back to the Super Bowl, right? Or in the playoffs, we're gonna play good teams. And good teams are not gonna do what the Cowboys did, do what what the Seahawks did. These mid teams, they're not gonna, you know, they'll come back. We saw what the Chiefs did. We saw what the Vikings did. Man, we saw even letting mid teams come back like the Rams, Cardinals, which they might not be mid, but at the moment, right? They came back when we were, we should have won those games. So that's what I'm saying. This bye week, hopefully they rest. They watch some film. And what's lingering, there's a player lingering to come back, and we'll see how he is because when Christian McCaffrey comes back, which Christian McCaffrey will we get? Will we get the offensive player of the year, or will we get older Christian McCaffrey that he's one injury away from, being out for the season? Because if we get the McCaffrey that we had last year, this team will change. This team will change. It makes life easier for Brock Purdy. It makes life easier for Kyle Shanahan. He'll be able to dump the ball to Christian McCaffrey and he'll make magic. So, like I said, Greenlaw, I'm not sure if he will be the same Greenlaw. He's coming off on Achilles in February. I know that takes time. But this team, can CMC be a big factor when he returns? We get the Christian McCaffrey of old, of course. Now that Bucks game, Bucks, they won't be having their receivers. So McCaffrey, that's a win. That's a must-win game, winnable game. Then we'll face Seattle. Hopefully we sweep them. And then Green Bay. They lost Jordan Love this past weekend. Willis, he's not that bad. But if McCaffrey's back, that could be 3 dubs, 3 straight dubs. Momentum's back. And we go to Buffalo. And then, they might be confident again. They might be riding a streak. I don't know if we'll be Buffalo and Buffalo, depending the weather there. Also, Brock Purdy, cold weather might not be the best against Josh Allen, who's, one of the best quarterbacks. But they got momentum if they win these next 3. And then, we've seen the Niners do it in the past. I think it's always going to fall on Kyle. How Kyle coaches this team, how Kyle, the plays he makes, the script that he does. We need to continue scoring in the red zone. That's been something that we've been struggling. Our special teams have been ass. Our defense, other than Bosa, Warner, our secondary, everyone else has been ass. So a lot of things to clean up. Happy for the win. It still doesn't prove anything to me. They need to stack games, keep improving. And to me, honestly, I mean, even even if they win these next games, they get a positive record, they play well. To me, it doesn't matter. It's only Super Bowl for me. Super Bowl or bust. I don't care if they make it far. It depends, right? If they make it to the playoffs, se topan con los Lions, they have a tough game, and by a field goal, okay, I'll take it. But if they continue choking and having leads and blowing them, then pause. But I won't be satisfied with that. Anyways, what else? Obviously, one thing I wanted to get into about the Niners is their rookies, their rookie class. Impressive. Dominic Pooney, a right guard, might be Pro Bowl right guard. He's been solid. That's one rookie. This class, him, Malik Mustafa, our safety, hard hitter, balling out. Ricky Pearsall, he had a good game coming back. Obviously, we know his story. He's going to have a lot of chances, opportunities since Ayuk's out for the season. I was impressed with Ricky. Gurendo. Man, he reminds me of Raheem Mostert. Um, is he going to take Mason's spot? Mason, as much as I love Mason, but these past couple of weeks he hasn't been the same. He might be injured. Gurendo, CMC, oof, I'm liking Gurendo. Bernardo Green, cornerback, solid. And Cowing, too, returning. And I feel like if they use him more in the offense, he's going to play well. So this rookie class might be what we need going forward. We have a lot of players that we're playing a lot of money to. So we're going to have, opportunity. We need depth now. We need the rookies to, become the next Warners, the next Kittles, the next Purdy's, Mason, players like that, that we drafted late and they become Pro Bowl, Hufanga, players like that. So this class, I think all players have been contributing to this team. The last thing I want to talk about before we move on to the rest of the NFL, because I know you guys love when I talk about the Niners because everyone's a Niners fan here. The Niners, I know Tony's here, biggest Niner fan I know, but controversy, right? After the game, they're interviewing Kittle, Purdy, Gurenda, and then Bosa comes from behind wearing a Make America Great Again hat. There's been a lot of, I guess, controversy. A lot of people, which I get, they're saying keep politics out of sport because here in San Francisco, once upon a time, that's what they told my boy Kaepernick. He kneeled for what he believed in, and people were offended, and da 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 da. Fine. Back then, I saw no issue with it. If that's what we're in America, we're able to express ourselves, our beliefs, whatever it may be, left, right, whatever. I don't see no issue, and the same thing goes to this. I don't see no issue. I mean, if that's who he supports, and we've known this. I mean, we've known this about Bosa. He's MAGA Bosa. I honestly do not care what political side he's in. If he would have wore does Camilla have a hat or a brand? I don't know. Donald Trump does, and he's marketed well. I didn't see no issue. I mean, he's just sharing what he believes. I read today though that I guess the NFL has a policy where you can't do that, so he might get fined. So it is what it is. But other than that, I mean, we knew this about him. It is what it is. There's athletes that, for example, I mean, I believe what Steve Kerr and Popovich, the coach from the Spurs, I mean, they're endorsing Camilla. They were at their whatever endorsing her. I think even Steph Curry. People don't have an issue with that. So, just because he's a Republican, what's the issue? I mean, I know that it's a touchy subject for people, right? But I didn't see no issue. What do you guys think? Besides, it looked like a dope hat too. So, shout outs to Bosa. As long as he can, I get more upset with Bosa because he doesn't make an impact in the game like the other defensive stars. This past game, he had a good game. So keep doing that. I don't care. about anything else as long as he's a good football player, and and he's never done anything wrong. He's never done anything, like get arrested, assault. As long as he doesn't do that, whatever his political affiliation is, I really don't care. But you know, people get all, ooh, how could you be mad? How could you support MAGA, or how can you support the left? It is both sides. People get offended on either side. Just do your research, learn. Whatever your affiliation is your affiliation, is your business. It is what it is. Doesn't make you a bad person, left or right. But that's it. Around the NFL, though, who saw that Commanders Bears game? What a game. What a finish to the game. Obviously, the story going in, the number one pick, Caleb Williams, going up against the number two pick, Jaden Daniels, who's been having an amazing season, revelation. I think we can say rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. And the game, was pretty cool. Like I said, the Bears defense is good. There for a while, it was a 9-0 game, 3 field goals. Then Swift, he scored a long touchdown, rushing touchdown, got it closer. The Bears actually had, they had the lead. Caleb Williams on the fourth quarter, he made some plays. He looked good. Good back and forth, good, probably gonna be the future of the NFL, him, Jaden Daniels. And then there was 20 seconds left. The Commanders are down by 3. They make a couple plays to get closer. They're probably by the 50-yard line. 2 seconds left. Later on Twitter, you see videos of one of the defensive players for the Bears not paying attention to the play. He's already celebrating like they had won, and he's the one that tips the ball for the Commanders receiver to catch it. But man, watching that live, right? I had a feeling, I was like, damn, they're about to get this. So, Jaden Daniels, he scrambles, buys some times for his players to get down there, throws the ball up, gets tipped, touchdown. I can only imagine if you're a Commanders fan. I can imagine if you're there live, the feeling, because Hail Marys, we've seen a couple, right? Aaron Rodgers has had a couple, but it's still rare to get it, right? Man, what a crazy feeling. The Commanders leading the NFC East, a relegation team, a team that, I didn't think they were going to be this good, right? I thought they might have, obviously, I think obviously they were the number 2 pick. They didn't have a great season, but, I thought they might have been 8-8, 7-9, but man, they're like the Texans last year, with, man, I'm blanking on his name. Texas quarterback, CJ Stroud, now Jaden Daniels. What a game. Amazing win. Solid team, solid defensive. Commanders have a defense as well. That was a big one. Other surprising thing and that happened to me was the Ravens. The Ravens, I was on the Ravens bandwagon saying that they might make it to the Super Bowl this year, this and that. Lamar Jackson having an MVP season with Derrick Henry. But then, they play their, and we all know this, division rivals is a different game. Anyone can beat anyone. But the Browns, they're 1-6. They lost Deshaun Watson, who's having a horrible season. In comes famous Jameis Winston. Man, that guy's funny. I don't know if you guys have watched his speeches or his interviews. He's so animated. He said that, I think he quoted Eminem, right? He said, if do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity is once in a lifetime. That's what he said before the game. He said, I'm going to win this game. And he did. They look great. The Browns look great. The Browns, obviously, they had bigger expectations than what they had. And with Jameis, he beat the Ravens. It's a good win. With a bomb to Cedric Wilson at the end. Now the Browns, I believe they're 2-6 now. Is Jameis the quarterback to lead this team now, as was Joe Flacco last year? We will see. Like I said, Jameis Winston's, after he fixed his eyes. He doesn't throw as many picks as he used to. But that was a surprise game for me this week. My boy Chidi, though, Steelers, they're top of the division. Is Russell Wilson back? Russell Wilson, 2 solid weeks. He did have a fumble, but he had some cool passes, especially to Pickens. Russell Wilson, Seattle fans, do you guys miss him? Looks like El Steelers country. Let's ride. He's back. They're top of the division now, 6-2, tied with the Ravens. Obviously, Bengals. They lost again to the Eagles. They're 3-4. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. They were missing T Higgins. No run game there. I don't know if they'll go far, but the Ravens made some moves today. They got Deontay Johnson going to the Ravens. Obviously, Lamar he needs a receiver. He doesn't have receivers. He has Flowers, Rashad Bateman. I believe he has Nelson Aguilar as well, Mark Andrews. But now they get a. I think he's solid. When he was in the Steelers, he was good. Obviously, with the Panthers dumpster fire. But now he has a solid number one receiver. We'll see for fantasy wise if that brings value to Johnson. But these teams are making moves now, especially the teams that are in contention. We're going to see a lot of movement this next week because I believe the trade deadline ends next week. So contender teams, they're going to buy. Kansas City, they got a good defensive player from the Patriots. How does this team? How are teams trading with the Chiefs? Like, if you're any other team, like I'm not trading with the Chiefs. Fuck that. But they did. Solid pickup for them to help their defense, which is already an amazing defense. And then we'll see maybe Raiders potential seller. Who else? Panthers too. They have solid players there, and then they might sell. What else? National Tight End Day. Man, next year, because dude, all the throughout I was watching games all Sunday. Man, I felt like every tight end from every team they turned up. 2 touchdowns, hella yards, hella receptions. Obviously, Kittle, he balled out. Finally, Kyle Pitts, he balled out. The tight end for Denver, he got like 2 touchdowns. Kraft, Kelsey, Laporta, I think he got a touchdown. Brock Bowers, he played good. Man, that's national tight end. And I saw online too, this guy, he did a parlay with all different tight ends getting touchdowns, and he hit. He put like $50, and I think he got like 10K. So next year, National Tight End Day. I believe it's the fourth Sunday in October. Let's do a parlay. I might run 2 tight ends, one flex, one in the tight end spot. National Tight End Day. And it all started with Kittle just saying that on one of his mic'd ups. National Tight End Day. Other news, though, other changes. The Colts, they are benching their franchise quarterback who they picked last year, Richardson, for Joe Flacco. Past couple weeks with Joe Flacco, they've looked good, and their offense have scored points. Last week, this past weekend, Richardson, he was out there, and he didn't look good. I think he was like 2 of 18 at one point. Ugh. Obviously he needs to develop. He's a work in progress, but the team saw what Joe Flacco can do. They need to win games. That team too, their defense, they have a good team overall. Jonathan Taylor, they have my boy Buckner out there on the defense, Michael Pittman Jr., and they've won games. So they're turning to, man, Joe Flacco, that guy, he's been playing for like 30 years and he still balls, man. I hate Joe Flacco though. He beat us in the Super Bowl. But other than that, in the NFL, the Jets are ass. Aaron Rodgers is washed. I called it. Devontae Adams, like I said, he went from 2-6 to 2-6. The Jets, highest of expectations this season. They said Super Bowl, and now they have a worse record than the Patriots, or a similar record to the Patriots, who, we all knew was going to be a tough year for them, but they might have found their next quarterback, Drake May. But that's what happened in the NFL. To wrap it all up, always Gio's top 5 power ranking. We got number one Chiefs, obviously undefeated again, not playing at their best. Imagine when they're at their best with DeAndre Hopkins now more involved. Man, I don't know how they keep getting away with this. Number two, the Lions. Um, what can I say about the Lions? They've been kind of my favorite team to watch. Dominant. I just love a team that runs the ball. Jameer Gibbs, Montgomery. You know my thoughts. They're number two. Number three, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. Impressive win against Seattle. James Cook, 2 touchdowns. Dalton Kincaid, I forgot to mention. I think he grabbed one. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen thing. Josh Allen things. That's my number three team. My number four team is going to be the Texans. They continue winning. They had a close game against the Colts, but they're also top of the division. They see, and my last team has to be the Commanders. I'm dropping the Ravens from my top five because that was an embarrassing loss against the Browns. So Commanders number five to wrap it all up. I'm really liking this Commanders team as well with a rookie quarterback. Also solid run game. Eckler, Robinson Jr., Scary Terry, Zach Ertz in the tight end. That defense, their defensive line is amazing. That's my top five teams: Chiefs, Lions, Bills, Texans, the Commanders. My boy Haas, can the Vikings get back? What I've been saying, are they finally becoming that pumpkin? The Rams, hey, I forgot to mention too, the Rams, they might be back. They got Puka back. They got a Cup, Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford, he balled out. The Vikings, I think, was going to hold him back, man. It is Sam Darnold, even though he started off hot. And then he's Sam Darnold. They got Jay Jettas. I know Addison, he posted something or on IG that free me, bro. I mean, this is your second year, relax. But I don't know. I think Sam Darnold is going to hold that team back, in my honest opinion. Now we transition football to football. Obviously, many things happened this week. So let's start, with who's the coldest? My boy, Cole Palmer, giving Chelsea a 2-1 victory over Newcastle. Another impressive performance by Chelsea, I will say. They dominated that game. As we saw last week against Liverpool, sometimes if they don't take their opportunities, good teams will do what good things do. But Newcastle winless. Like I said, Cole Palmer, man, staple game. Who really impressed me this game was Neto. Neto on the wing, using his speed. What a ball from Cole Palmer, by the way, to Neto for him to just sweat it to Nicholas Thriller Jackson. And then this team has a bench now, solid players. In Kunku, Joao Felix, who midweek he had a good game as well. Him, Sancho, man, Enzo got benched. Enzo's been benched. Laiva and Caicedo have been in the mid. That defense is good too. When we have Fofana, Reece James, Gusto. I'm loving my Chelsea team right now. I cannot wait for this weekend, especially because in other news, Man U fans, I'm with you guys. I'm not sure why they sacked Ten Hag. I think what I told my group chat, and this is from the bottom of my heart because they think I'm trolling, but I think Man U was hitting their stride with Ten Hag. I think Man U was on their way to becoming that team that Ten Hag envisioned. And I believe they prematurely let him go. I feel like he had a lot more to give, to show to this team, Manchester United, and they stopped believing in him. And you know what I say? When people don't believe in you, you always have to believe in yourself. So I don't know what they're doing. They got a new coach from Sporting, and his first game is going to be against Misupro Chelsea. It'll be some shit, bro, if Manchester United fucking beat Chelsea. But I envision a masterclass from Cole Palmer. I envision a Nicholas Jackson masterclass. I envision and Cuckoo stepping in. I envision Reese James dominating, Fofana dominating. I envision all this because nothing will bring me more joy than a total smacking of Manchester United because of what they did to Ten Hag. Ten Hag did not deserve this. Ten Hag, I'm with you. I felt like they got unlucky this past game. That wasn't a PK for West Ham to win it. So, Manchester United fans, I'm there with you. I feel the pain. This team deserved better than being given up on. Thoughts? I envision as always with this fucking shit. Tony, you're here, so let's jump right into it, Tony. Well, before I get there, Arsenal Liverpool, that was a good game. 2-2. Salah then doing Salah type things. Arsenal, they couldn't finish. And this is why they don't win trophies. This is why they're always play good and they just can't win the big one. Obviously, I think Man City's first now. They won their game, but Liverpool doing Liverpool type things as always. But let's get into it. I don't know if Alberto's here. Hello, Alberto. I know Tony's here, but El Clásico, Real Madrid Barcelona was this weekend, and we'll go half by half, right? First half, man, Mbappe, what's up? That was a horrible game by Mbappe. Sitter after sitter miss. My boy don't know the simple rules of being offsides. I will say this though, Barcelona's defensive line, they're solid with their offensive trap because they got Mbappe. But Mbappe, selfishness, and that correlated with all their players. Mbappe, he had opportunities to sweat the ball for easy chances. He didn't. So Vinny will do the same. Bellingham will do the same. And I believe I will shout out because we were talking about this. My boy Pepe's, he mentioned that obviously Bellingham right now, he hasn't been at his best. But it's probably because of the Mbappe signing. Bellingham used to be the referencia on top. Now they're kind of putting him on like the wing. I think his spot, like my boy Pepe said, is behind the striker. Behind the striker, but there's just too many mouths to feed. And even though I said that adding Mbappe, game over, I did also mention that it would take some time for the chemistry, right? But I think now, Ancelotti got to figure it out. We're almost at December. We're almost halfway through the season. Barcelona is going to keep continuing getting better, confident. They're playing great, amazing. Jamal cooking. They didn't just beat Real Madrid. They embarrassed Real Madrid in El Bernabeu. This is that confident boost that gives that belief to a young team that we're here, we're gonna compete, and we're not afraid of y'all. As for Real Madrid, I still believe they will improve. They will get better. There will be that because last year, they were the best team in the world. Rocky appearance, but still, what a goal from Let's talk about Rafinha. Rafinha, man, he like I've been saying, he looking like prime Ronaldinho. What a goal from him, chipping them, the swagger, Lewandowski, even an older Lewandowski. He's just a clinical finisher, and Jamal hitting them with their own celebration, saying that I'm here right now, showing his name to the Bernabeu fans. Amazing win from Barca. And I think they're legit. I will give them, they're legit now. Barca is a legit team. I wanted to see it. They did it not only against Real Madrid and el Bernabeu. Real Madrid fans, ¿cómo están? Hala Madrid y nada más still? Talk to me, Real Madrid. This is a safe spot for Real Madrid fans. This is always a safe spot for Manchester United fans. This will always be a safe spot for Cowboys fans. This will always be a safe spot for Tony Ferguson fans as well. Talk to me. What do you think needs to change? Is it just the chemistry? Is it the players? Because on paper, top to bottom, Real Madrid stacked. Yes, they lost Carvajal. Devastating loss. But let me know. Talk to me. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? No pasa nada. There's still a lot more left of league left. Anything can happen. Injuries can happen. But I think we can lay to rest the Jamal hate. He's the next big thing. He's amazing. He cooking, and he only 17 years old, or maybe 18 now. Imagine what he will look. Well, let me take that back because Mbappe at 19 was won a World Cup, right? Now he can't even score or be on sides. But Jamal, he legit, he the real thing. He's not Ansu Fati, he's not Boyan, he's not Teo, he's not whoever. He him. I love I love when they count us out. Well, at least Cruz Azul about it though, Tony. So there's still hope. I mean, there's still happiness for you. So, well, yeah, you good, bro. Still a lot more, you know. We'll see the second round. We'll see who's the champ at the end. And Ancelotti, I trust. It's either him, Coyul FC. That's another coach to look for. I mean, he might be the one. Because, like you said, he's the only one that can make Mexico campeones del mundo. But that's true, though. To be honest, Ancelotti, proven winner. If there was a coach to do it, it's him. Let's be honest. But Hansi Flick's in his bag. Maybe Coyul for the Niners, though. Because my boy Kyle, he be Kylein. The genius. But no Kyle rant this week. He deserves, even though he almost fucking blew it, but he was in his bag a little bit. Part of the game, he was in his bag. I'll give him that. Other controversy this past week, the Balón de Oro. Let me say this. Does the Balón de Oro mean the same as it used to in the past? Um, I've heard the different sides. Obviously, this year's Balón de Oro was Rodri. Deserve. He was had an amazing season with Manchester City, with Spain. I looked up, his stats, right? As a remember, as a center defensive mid, he had 12 goals, 12 assists. That's not bad. It's not bad. But Carvajal got robbed. You could say that too. But in my opinion, I think it should have been Vinny because when we think of the Balón de Oro, we think about who's won it in the past, right? Messi, Ronaldo, Kaká, um, R9. He probably won it. Ronaldinho has won it. Like these are, the magical players, and I felt like Vinny this past season, he had one of those seasons, magical. He put Real Madrid on his back. He had unfortunately, he did not have the best Copa America. I believe he was injured, right, for a couple games. But overall, I think the Balón de Oro is to give it to the best player in the world, the magical player, and I felt that Vinny was that. I know he didn't have the best of stats on paper, but I don't know. I thought he was the best player in the world, right? Um, and don't get me wrong, Rodri, he's an amazing midfielder, right? But do we really would we really say he's the best player in the world? You know, is he? I think he's one of the best players in the world. As in, if you made a XI right of the top 11 players, he got to be in the midfield. But is he going to be like your best player in the world? Like you know, that prestigious number 10 player, right? The Maradona, the Messi, the Ronaldo, the Cole Palmer. Is he that? I don't know. Although he didn't have a lot of goals, he had important goals that won titles. That's true. But I don't know. I feel like even on this team, is he the best player on this team? Some people will take De Bruyne. Foden had a good season. Haaland had a good season. But as in Real Madrid, right? Vinny was their best player, over Bellingham, I think. Even in that Spain team, you would say Jamal was their best player of the tournament. He put the team on his back some games in that Euro Cup. When Cole Palmer played for England, he was their best player, but they didn't give him a chance. But I digress. But that, like I said, is my opinion. I don't know. And again, I'm defending a Real Madrid player. I'm defending Vinicius. Controversial, right? Obviously, the the thing out there, the conspiracy theorist is, because his stands on, the racial thing, and people don't like that he's outspoken. But I mean, we've seen in football, in these stadiums, in these, Italy, some places in Spain, they, the monkey chants, all that. I mean, what is he gonna do? Like, he's gonna speak up. And we don't want that in sports. So they're saying, because of that, he didn't win. And either way, though, like I said, Rodri had an amazing season. He won the Euro Cup. Good season for Man City. It's unfortunate that he's still injured. Like you said, important goals. So it's also a change, right? We've seen Messi and Ronaldo dominate this award, and we've seen people also get upset. Oh, what has Messi done? Da, 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 da. And then maybe they should have gave it to Messi this year, for winning the prestigious whatever MLS title that they won this past like couple months. Just, I mean, if we're gonna get controversial like that, just give it to Messi. Because I know, the Messi haters are out there always. But anyways, to wrap it up, I think Vinny, I would have had him as the Ballon d'Or winner. Um, but congratulations, Rodri, uh, on the Ballon d'Or. What an amazing feeling that would be, especially injured. I'm sure he's dying to come back to the field. So, shouts out to Rodri. Now, let's begin the heartbreak. UFC this past weekend in Abu Dhabi. Let's start with the first. Let's start with the first fight. Uh, I can't pronounce his name, but they call him the Bullet. He has like one eye only. What a freaking knockout! Like a video game knockout. A backhand elbow in a row like that to knock him out. He calls out Izzy Adesanya. I don't know if he's there yet. He might need to win maybe one or two more. But man, this guy's striking. He's creative with his striking, and he legit. And he is a Dagestanian, but that throws hands. His ground game isn't that good, so that's a interesting combination. But what a fight! That one's a good fight. Dan Ige, he lost to Murphy. Murphy continues to be undefeated. Murphy got rocked in the first round. He was almost finished, but he came back, dominated the next couple of rounds. Okay fight. I mean, not too crazy. There was a fight though in the prelims. Guy that looks like a freaking caveman versus some other dude. Man, that guy, he had like a chipote this big on his eye, and till the end he kept fighting. So props to him. He he almost won that fight. That's a good fight to watch. It's free. ESPN Plus if you want to take a look. It's like one of the last prelim fights. That one's a good fight. Who else fought? I'm blank because I mean after the Cole and the main, I think all our hearts sank, right? But man, I'm keep blanking. Who what was the third fight? I know it wasn't. Isn't that weird? No women fights in this card. Probably because it was in Abu Dhabi. But it was it is a big one. Was it a big one? Am I? Oh yes. The Well, that's the reason I forgot because it was Ankalev versus Rakic. Ankalev beats Rakic, and he gonna get knocked out when he fights Pereira. He keeps talking all this smack. My boy Chama gonna handle it. If he wishes to stand with Chama, it'll be another highlight reel. Clip it. Now, the co-main event. Hazmat Chimaev, Robert Whitaker. Man, Hazmat look good. Hazmat look good. Hazmat, he gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem because I was talking with my boy Tony. Tony's here before the show. Robert Whitaker is known for, stopping the takedowns. He's well-rounded fighter, right? But he got taken down by ease by Chimaev. And I don't know what, obviously, Robert Whitaker, his like jaw, I don't know, it like came in, he broke it or something. I don't know what did it. I don't know if it was an elbow punch or but if it was the choke, because he tried to rear naked choke him. If that's what broke his jaw, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I know the next fight is gonna be Durkis versus Strickland, but Chimaev probably beats both of them at the same time. He gonna be the next champ. He just he just takes you down with ease. He's just freaking bull out there. So Chimaev era, good to see him back after 2 years. As long as he continues to to make weight, I don't see who beats him. And it would be crazy if he were to go to light heavyweight. That would be a mega fight. Let's say he wins, right? Middleweight challenges Pereira. As much of a fan of I have of my boy Chama, will he be able to stop the takedown if that ever fight happen, right? But he can always get caught. And that's the equalizer that Chama has. Now we get to the main event, right? I picked Max. I picked with my heart because I was like, never doubt Max all the way. We saw what he did against Gaethje, and it was solid. I think some say it was 2-0 going into that third. I said 1-1. It was a good fight. Good fight, keeping his distance, the jab. But throughout the fight, we kept saying, he's not utilizing his kicks a lot. He's not kicking. I felt like that would have done it, but let's give props to Ilia Tuporia. Tuporia, crispiest boxing in the UFC that I've seen. This guy, he's just crisp, and the way he set up the knockout, man. Um, Max tried to knee him, and then with that same momentum, he blocked him, and then woof. And seeing Max Holloway, they said it. They said KO, right? I think it was more of a TKO. He didn't get knocked out. He got dropped. But to see Max, lose to for the first time, be knocked down, my fan favorite. It was hard. It was hard to watch. After Whitaker and then watching Max, it was hard. It was sad. It was just sad. But Tuporia, what's next for him? Oh, he's legit. He's only 27 years old, and that's the thing. He has ground game. He's good on the ground. So what, you're gonna take him down or you're gonna stand with him? Because in that division, I mean, who can beat him? He beat Volk, the greatest featherweight. He beat Max, a legend. As much as I like Diego Lopez too, does he have the chin? Because he a fighter, but does he have the chin? He already beat Emmett. La Pantera? I doubt it. They're saying Sterling. Man, Sterling got rocked by Sean O'Malley and by what's his name, El Moraes. Tuporia will kill him. Let's go Cowboys. Oh, you missed my Cowboys rant. When the show's over, you can go back and check it out, Vani. But how you doing, Vani? How's everything? Send questions right here. I know I text you. I don't know if you text me, but let me know if you have any questions, Vani. Because this show's all about you always. But Tuporia, Tuporia Islam. How would that go? Tony, he said, easy work for Islam. That's a mega fight, though. That's a mega fight. Another mega fight is Connor, right? Obviously, I think Tuporia will take it. That'll be the easiest win. He's gonna get so much money. That build up to that fight would be amazing. But Connor is not at that level anymore. Let's be honest. But I would be more interested in Tuporia Islam. That would be the mega fight. I'll just be interested for how it go. I know People are saying, Islam will take him down, but like I said, I don't know Tuporia if it's the same level as Islam, the ground game, but he has a ground game. What if he catches him? I think I'll be interested. Double champ status, Islam. I mean Ilya. But as for Max, I believe he wants to go up to 155. Maybe the weight cut was a lot for him. He is older. Interesting fights there. He could fight like depending how Chandler does, a hooker. Maybe another fight with Poirier. But maybe I think 55 now for Max is the way. But let's see how he does. Crazy stat though. When you win the BMF, your next fight you get knocked out. Masvidal, Poirier, Gaethje. Poirier no. Masvidal. Who else was the BMF? I know Gaethje, right? And now Max Holloway, but I think it was Poirier, right? I don't know, but crazy stat. Talk to me about the Terrifiers that pasaron with the kills. We'll get there. Don't worry. I think it's actually next. Well, before my boy Daniel asked me when we hopping on COD. I haven't gotten it yet. How is it? Is the new COD cool? It is Black Ops. I love the Black Ops franchise. Un zombies, okay. I'll look into it. But the Terrifier. So last week after our show, I said that I was going to go watch the Terrifier because I'm a big gory movie horror fan. I'm not. So I went to watch the Terrifier 2, and it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. I recommend it. It's a funny movie. You could say it could be considered a Christmas movie, to be honest. Um, Great movie, great story. I enjoyed it, and then I enjoyed it because I went with two of my best friends. I went with my best friend Pepe's and my best friend Tony. We had a swell of a time, chit chatting. We didn't hear a voice, for example, like while watching the movie, we didn't hear a whisper behind us. Nothing like that. Nothing scary like that. And man, you know me, like I don't get scared, bro. Like I wasn't watching the movie like this or like this. Hell no. I recommend it. So if you guys don't like horror, gory movies, I would recommend The Terrifier. I give it the Geo seal of approval. Okay, let's be honest. That movie, what the fuck is that movie, bro? Like the first spoiler alerts, spoiler alerts, spoiler alerts, spoiler alerts, spoiler alerts. Man, like he be killing these people. Like obviously, Vani, you give me the heads up with the shower one, bro. And that's the thing. Like most of these kills, like I was like this. Just hearing it, fuck that. That one, the one where those guys that are gonna like blow up the house, and I think like the guy just cuts his skull. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know why people enjoy these movies, to be honest. But story wise, I mean, it's interesting. It has a cliffhanger, literally cliffhanger, for a fourth movie. I guess it's now like it's like a demonic thing against like angel or something. I don't know. But Terrifier 3, if you guys like um gory, but I will say it had its times of being funny. I will say that. It's pretty funny sometimes, the main character, Art the clown, he's pretty funny. His mannerisms, the way he doesn't talk at all, but he's just terrifying like that. But there was a couple kills, kid, no man, especially kids. That one was tough to watch, but hopefully, I mean, if you like I said, if you guys check it out, see what you think about it. But for me, it ain't my type of movie at all. But I'll be there for Terrifier 4. No questions. Um, Halloween is this Thursday. Bonnie, usually you ask the theme questions, but I have some down now. Top five Halloween candy. Hmm. I have to go with a big Milky Way. Milky Way, Hershey bar. That's another one. Reese's Cups también. Snickers bar. M&M's, peanut M&M's. That's another one too. Which big one am I missing? I'm more chocolate. Obviously, people like Skittles. The ones that we hate, obviously. I mean, don't give me Milk Duds. No one likes Milk Duds. Three Musketeers. That's a good one. How about candy corn? I know that one's controversial. I think it's all right. Payday. That's another one. Almond Joy. That one's controversial. Oh, you know which ones are good? The Whoppers, the bolitas, the chocolate bolitas. That one's good too. Um, but ass one's got to be like Tootsie Roll. That's an ass one. Like no one likes to Kit Kat. Sorry, how did I miss Kit Kat? Yes, that's in the but Tootsie Roll. No one likes that shit. Tootsie Roll. Yes, like I said, Milk Duds, Smarties. What's your thoughts about Smarties? Right, the like the hard like candy. Butterfinger. Oh, no, I'm not a Butterfinger, but that could be up there. Sour. Oh yes, Sour Patch. Yes, that's a good one. That's Sour Patch. Okay, let's think about Jolly Ranchers too. Can't go wrong with the blue or the purple Jolly Rancher. I said Skittles. What about the squishy? Was like gummies. Those are good. And I know my potheads, y'all enjoy their gummies too. But I'm talking about like gummy bears or like gummy worms. But I think we covered all the top candies. How about top Halloween costumes? Jackson Sparrow is one. That's one up there. If you were there this past weekend, shout outs to Christopher and his family. Always throwing the best Halloween parties. Had an amazing time. But throughout our childhood, right? I think top Halloween costume gotta be the Lord Farquaad, George. No, he was actually Ash Ketchum, but like one of the top Halloween costumes as like maybe middle school era is the scream mask, but that bleeds, where you press the heart and that everyone wanted that shit. That gotta be like D 4 L said that laughy. But everyone wanted that costume. The scream one. That's a popular one. ¿Cuál otro? Michael Myers mask. Is that a popular one? Or Power Ranger, yeah, Power Ranger, that one. Or a lot of us soccer players, they'll just dress up as like a soccer player. I know that was an easy one to do. Thing one, thing two, always got to be there. Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat. Everyone been Woody or Buzz, yep. Or Superman the Batman, yeah, exactly. Or a Ninja Turtle. Zorro, the Ninja Fits was the shit. Oh yes, Pancho. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that's true. Zorro, I was Zorro. Bring back. Hey, that's a one of my top costumes. But I think this year I topped it. With the Jackson Sparrow. That with the wolf one. That's a good one, Bunny. Marshawn Lynch, the Tampa Bay. That's who I theoretically was trying to be, but I changed that up to Jackson Sparrow. I like Tony's costume, the King Rat one. And then it with the Drake. Oh, yeah. Nene with the Drake. That one, that's a golden one too. That's definitely a golden one. Girls in their Tinkerbell costume. Girls was that uh Tiger King. That's one of my go costumes that I did. But girls is Tinkerbell. or slutty nurse, or slutty garbage girl, or slutty nerd. You girls could be anything. You just be slutty, and that's it. Slutty mother of three, goated costume. Most Latina females are Thanos. Greek Greek costume. Shout out, you know who I'm talking. Hey, Tony, you, you know who Vic looked like that night? The dude from that Adult Swim show with the fries and the. You know who you guys ever watch that show on Adult Swim? It's like a fry head and like a soda, and then there's like a white guy that always shows off his chest with like a chain. That's that's what Vic looked like. But um, there's a couple good ones this weekend too. Mine, of course. Oh, Beetlejuice, Pepe's, that was a good one. And the Aqua Teen Hunger for exactly. That's Pepe's had a good one. Beetlejuice, and he played the part too. He was in the zone in character. Shouts out to Pepe's. I've always said you should dress up as the main guy from Banda El Mexicano Casimiro. I'm gonna look him up. But good ones. Good Halloween ones. I think we covered them all. Hmm. What was the popular one this year? Joker, right? A lot of people are the Joker. Um, yeah, I think that's probably the popular one this year. Diddy, I I think that would be a cool one. You get a bottle of baby oil. Gio Pando Sandoval. See, I can be many things. Pablo Sandoval. I can be Carnage. I can be Marshawn Lynch. We saw Giojackson, Michael Jackson. I was Michael Jackson 1 year too. Did he do it? You put some baby oil. You get your Meek Mill. You in the zone. In the zone. What else? What other Halloween things? What's everyone doing for Halloween? Y'all still get candy? Then will baby Hemo be participating in trick or treating this year or not yet? Too young? You and Tony should go as Fat Joe and Big Pun. Me and Tony were trying to be los Dudley Boys. El Davon y el ¿cómo se llama el otro güey? But the Dudley Boys, I feel like that would have been cool. Big Pun and Fat Joe. Punny. Punny. But I think unless what else? What other Halloween topics? Giving out apples to the week costumes this year. Mm. Oh, you gonna be giving out candy, huh? You gonna give some Teslas out? Anyway, not fully decided on activities for that evening yet. What is Hema gonna be, Nene? Y'all have her costume? Let me know. I would like to see that. Definitely. Maybe next year though. Probably next year, no. Sure. But I remember when I was a baby, they 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 dressed me up as the mummy. That's one of my go-to ones. Same answer. Not fully decided. Okay. I'm sure it'll be something cute when you do decide. But if we don't have anything else, we'll wrap it up with the words of wisdom. Puro toilet paper, exactly like that, bro. And it was goaded. I'm remembered for that costume. That one, I'm remembered for that one being Zorro, being a wizard, the Wolfman, Tiger King, and now Marshawn Lynch. Dodgers or Yankees? Pues ya no, los Dodgers, no, I didn't even. I don't know who I hate more. Probably still Manchester United, but the Dodgers are there. And the fact that they're going to sweep the Yankees, the fact that the Yankees couldn't make this competitive, right? It pisses me off because now you know what's the joke. You know, before the joke was they won the Mickey Mouse Trophy back in COVID, but now they're about to win the real one. But can they win 3-5 like the Giants? I don't know. But congratulations, LA. Still fuck LA. Always. Fuck the shout out, you know what? Shout out my boy Chidi. When they asked him this question, Dodgers or Yankees, he said Giants. That's my dude right there. Whatever he needs. Chidi, if you need 2 extra points, I got you. No collusion. Kidding, kidding. How many babies and tummies gonna pull up to Turkey Bowl? How many babies plus babies and tummies gonna pull up? Oh, that's a good question, right? Why? Well, I know because I don't know my boy Pancho, right? Who else? Am I missing someone? Is there news I haven't been told? How about this? Turkey Bowl soon. Last year, when Ice Cube songs, Ice Cube sang at the game 2 and Fat Joe at game 3. They should have had my boy 50 out there for New York. Last year, my stats, right, was what, like 5 goals, 5 assists. I was out of shape. This year, I'm in better shape. How many goals will I score? Is Nene gonna be there? Is Nene gonna light my fire? Nene, I mean, he made the mistake. He said he locked me up, and I took that personal. Hopefully, Nene, we're on the same team, and I don't have to let it out on you. I know Tony's not gonna be out there, but speedy recovery to Tony. Bonnie, will you be there at the Turkey Bowl this year? The grand return of Bonnie, El Guatemalan killer. Last comment for the show: Cowboys will beat them next year. We play y'all next year? Hopefully, man. I mean, like I understand, Bonnie. I feel your pain because we can't beat the Chiefs and you can't beat us. And the Seahawks can't beat us as well anymore. But it makes, people become different fans of different teams. Just as Tony. He's the biggest Chief fan I know. Words of wisdom. Don't seek happiness. Create it. Sometimes we fall in this thought that everything needs to be perfect to be happy. Perfect job, perfect situation, perfect partner. But then you're putting power to different things to control your happiness. Sometimes you just need to be happy on your own. Live in the moment. I'm happy doing the show. It makes me happy. I'm happy going to the gym. I'm happy hanging out with friends. But I also have my moments where I'm like, damn, I wish things were like this and that. And I'm learning to perspective, to see things how they are, enjoy the little things, be happy with myself because I'm my best company. And you guys are your own best company. And when we're all together, we're going to have a happy time. And I'm going to end the show like that. Hopefully, you guys have a great week. If anyone's going to be in Catronata, I will be there. Excited for that Thursday. Continue being you. Continue being who you are. Amazing things will happen. Peace out. Love you guys. I'm out. Oops. I'm not out. I'm out.